Well, the onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Chubb on the counter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And the Rams first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 49ers 44-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Foster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. On first down, it's Watson. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again is Watson. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 47-yard line.
This is it. Great team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Watch that. Hey, switch gears. Alert.
To throw is Watson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. It was P.J. Williams that time on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And it's third down.
Let's go. 30 base. 56. 6-man. Check curls.
Jones now on third down. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. Second and 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 25-yard line.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third. On EA Sports, the Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard.
On the ready.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field, a nickel set for third down. Jones operating from the gun. He gets it to Brown, complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Los Angeles.
Here we go, here we go.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
Here we go.
Let's check in with our referee.
Here we go.
They'll come out in the pistol. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Set, 8, read. Check, 53, drop deep, drop deep.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stick.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Here's Jones off the bootleg, rolling to his right. And this is caught. He's got it, Touchdown, L.A. Robert Foster, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This one taken from the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
He felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Hey, you got 3 down.
They begin the drive with Williams. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Rush in.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. This one complete to Scott Miller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Kenny Young leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Hassan Reddick. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's gonna bring up 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there, they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they are in at this stage of the game.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Niners' 42-yard line.
A good passing down here. They send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down.
What's the ball? 49, check 49, check 49. Hey, 31. Check 13. Hey, 31. Chip.
From the 22, Watson is going to let this one go deep. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Jones now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Throw left side complete to Foster. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Foster on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like
under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Watson. That's caught over the middle by Fant. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This time they stay on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ready?
From the gun, here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 40-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
I can't believe they ready.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now, a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jones now. Going to throw again. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On 1st down, Watson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Motion. Hey, 59. Hey, alert. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Josh Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. To return is McKenzie. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Get that ball.
And again, it's Chubb. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Jones, play action. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
That's it, baby. We go first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Two times.
Now Watson to throw again. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm here all day. I'm here.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 2nd and 7, Watson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Kenny Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
I hope you brought your 36. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. 9. Flare, a little flare, flare.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run. Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. On 4th down, Jones. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
This will be taken short.
Let's go, let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over.
Ready, set. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Watch QB draw. Ready, ready.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
but
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Oh, she's at
She's
least
on like the 5th tune. At
yeah,
this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go. Let's go.
Their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw, Watson. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Leonard Fournette. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. 3rd and 2, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 16. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. Well, it was 2nd and long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. He's going deep for Brown. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for